more aspect, my lord, which is brought to my notice by one young lawyer, my lord, representing someone. I'll not, my lord, right now divulge the my lord, identity of the person. But filed, my lord, I have received, my lord, the director has received, and today the learned advocate gave me a copy. Just, my lord, the part which I have marked. I would not have troubled your lordships with this, but for the fact that the person who has, my lord, brought this has filed this complaint in 2023. So it can't be discarded, my lord, as something afterthought or some out of some personal.
Give us a copy, please.
And the next page also.
Can I have a copy? It's a formal complaint. It will be public record.
No.
Right.
The complaint was made in 23. That's what he said. No, this is given to the director yesterday, but he mentions that the complaint which is mentioned there, the allegation were made by him. Can you see, my lord, annexure B? He made these allegations in 2023 in writing, addressed to many people, many officials. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Sibyl, there's one aspect which is extremely disturbing. GD entry in regard to the unnatural death is recorded at 10:10 in the morning.
That's correct.
Right? So,
Right.
at 10:10, the police station, in this case, the
Tala police.
PS is informed at 10:10 that there's an unnatural death.
Yeah.
Notwithstanding all this, the securing of the crime scene and the seizure and everything takes place at 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the night.
No. Well, that's why I've got timelines. Well, this is a bit unfortunate. I'll just give you the timeline. Exactly.
What was he doing up to
But
that?
kindly, I have given minute by minute what happened, Mullah. We have a timeline prepared for your lordships, Mullah. And it's backed by videography. It's not, Mullah, something that we are saying.
Lord, can I be shared with the timeline?
Yes, we'll share it. I wish you had asked, shared what you passed on to the
We
court.
don't have to
That
ask.
doesn't
You have
matter.
to give it
But
to
doesn't
CBI.
matter. Doesn't
We
matter.
were on
I
the
don't have
grounds.
to request.
Mistake, my lords. Could we
You are bound to give
You should have
everything
given
to
it
the
yourself.
CBI. You have not given.
You should have given it yourself.
Lord, I believe.
Lord, I am getting Kolkata police.
For the autopsy report,
Yes.
the autopsy was conducted in the evening hours of 9.
No, on 9th.
On 9?
On 9th.
9th August.
Yes.
Now, the ED entry
Yes.
of unnatural death case was recorded on 23:30 hours on 9. That is 11:30.
No,
Now,
that's for the FIR. UD case was in the morning, Mullah.
But then-
1:47
as
p.m.
per the report submitted to us,
No, that's why I have the timeline, Mullah. It's better, your lordship. I'll give it to my lord.
23 is the FI.
1 second. Allow me.
That is right.
the scene of crime, including inquest, seizures, and autopsy, were carried out mentioning the GD entry number 542 dated 9/8/2024. Now, this GD entry was made
And 860.
and case number 8.
Mullah, so may I, with your lordship's permission, Mullah, allow me to place the timeline before your lordship, given minute by minute as to what happened. And Mullah, if there is, kindly hold on. Just give it to my lordship, please.
Mr. Sibyl,
Yeah.
just tell us from your record at what time the postmortem was performed.
Yes. I tell you, Lord.
From your record.
Yes.
That is for the time being
6:10 to 7:10 p.m.
in the evening.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
When you are taking the dead body
Yes.
for the purpose of performing postmortem,
Yes.
is it a case of unnatural death? Or if it is not a case of unnatural death, why do you have to perform the postmortem? This
It's a
part,
case.
just so that
Sorry.
you can respond to it.
Sorry.
There are so many questions.
Yes, I'm of
coming
course.
in our mind.
Right.
And we have the best of the assistance
Yeah.
in your form. When you start performing the postmortem, that means it is a case of unnatural death.
No doubt about it.
Postmortem starts at 18:10 hours.
Yeah.
It comes to an end at 19:10 hours.
Yeah.
What was the idea in registering UD at 23:30 hours?
That's the FIR, Mullah. That's not the
No,
UD.
sir. No, sir.
Mullah, I've just...
Just listen to
I'm
us.
sorry.
Either you are right
No.
or
No,
what
it was
has
FIR. FIR
You have
was-
to answer your lordship's questions, Mullah, without interference, please.
You can.
No. Just
Yes,
one
certainly.
clarification.
Certainly.
The records reveal,
Yes.
subject to what you have to further point out to us.
Correct.
UD case number 861 of 24 of police station Tala
Yes.
was registered at 23:30 hours on 9th August 24, the entry number 576 and the FIR number 52 of 2024 was registered at 23:45 hours. Is this record correct?
Mullah, may I therefore point out to your lordship, just take the timeline. We have referred everything
So
in it.
according to your record, the UD was registered at what time?
1:45 p.m.
1:45?
p.m.
No, that's not true.
There 1:45 p.m.
How do we reconcile the two records?
Mothers, I'll show that to your lordship.
Because we today have a report
Mothers, but that I'm saying, Mothers.
which indicates that this is the time. So therefore, it's very surprising. Post-mortem precedes registration of UD.
No, Mothers, this is what I am told, Mothers, and I can only
Is
respond.
someone responsible there to assist?
Yes, certainly.
If any officer is present, you may speak to him and tell us. Because if this is the fact, then it is something very dangerous.
Let me just, Mothers, the officer is here.
Please.
I may beg my lords to point out one thing.
Just a minute.
Just a minute.
Just a
First,
minute.
let him assert.
Unnatural death entry. And
Tell him to make a responsible statement. He should not make a rash
of
statement.
course not.
Tell him.
Mothers, kindly see page 4 of the diary.
I thought this is.
What time is this?
Can I have a timeline, please?
Hold on. I've
No,
not
no,
even handed it to the.
You have not given. I have been requesting since.
I don't know why you are interfering, sir. I have not even given it to the court.
Just a minute. Just a
You
minute.
have
Allow
given.
me to answer the court, please.
There are 3-4 questions.
Yes, Mothers,
You
good
would like-
answer each one. And we can't, Mothers, we have to make sure that what we say is right, Mothers. What time is this? Yes, Mothers, yes. Kindly see, Mothers, kindly see page 4 of what? Of the case diary. It will give some indication as to what happened.
God.
Yes, it says, Mothers, that
UD case number 861 of 24 was registered at what?
145.
From where do you get?
Make sure I date this. Careful.
It's all right, as long as we get the correct answer.
Correct.
No problem.
Our reports are based on the case diary they have given to us.
Just a minute, Mr. Solicitor. They are expected to reply to our question. Why it takes so much of time? Just show the time on the document, that's all. All that you need to do is refer to that document and tell us at what time UD, again I am repeating, 861 of 24 was registered.
To be in the case diary. Just show it here. The UD case document is here. We can't possibly. My lord is asking. Hard copy
आपके पास पे है hard copy में you'll do it.
Just something.
Yes.
When we take up this matter on the next date,
Yeah.
keep a responsible police officer
Yes.
present here
Yes, absolutely.
who had done or who had carried out all this exercise.
Yes, certainly. We'll do that.
He should be able to tell us.
Yes.
Till this point of time, we have not got the answer. What time it was registered?
So my lord is
But what time is this?
Mr. Sibal,
Mothers, kindly see, quite frankly, Mothers, I'll have to construct this for your lordship. For example, page 2 of the case diary, the UD case, requisition of the magistrate for inquiry. Just, Mothers, kindly see, requisition
Sharma,
for inquest.
can you tell us at what time the inquest Panchnama was drawn?
We'll just tell you that also we have enough time back.
4:20
to 40 p.m.
to 4:40 p.m. And now the record reveals the report which we have in our hand that UD was registered after the inquest Panchnama, after the postmortem.
Carry out the inquest mentions
the UD.
But that's page number 2 of the case diary.
That's what we were going to point out.
Now, Mr. Solicitor General,
Yes,
has the CBI collected the record?
Joint Director, CBI, my lord.
Ma'am, you have understood our question. Come to page 12 of your report which has been tendered today. Read para 10 in your mind. Page 12. Tell us, is this record correct? Is this correct?
Yes, sir. It's
Correct.
given to us.
Why are they showing us some different time? Which is the document they are referring to?
Case
Case diary, I have it with me.
diary.
Sir, this is based on the GD entries and the documents given to us. by
Correct.
police.
But look at the time which you have stated.
It's there, sir, in the GD entries, sir.
Can you show us?
Yes.
I'll just put a mark in my lord passing.
They are mentioning the GD of what happened in the entire day, Malad. If your lordship look at page 2, Malad, page 2, it says the application made to the magistrate with the GD and where the UD entry is already mentioned.
You may be right, Mr. Sibal. This is something which even the criminal procedure code doesn't prescribe.
Yes, exactly.
The entire procedure
Yeah.
which has been followed by your police,
Yes.
police of the state, it is something which at least I have not come across in 30 years of my...
I know. Right. I appreciate it. But Manoj, the facts must be before your lordships. That's the important thing. The real
The
facts.
first thing we want to confirm, is it true that the UD case was registered at 23:30 hours and that the postmortem and everything preceded the registration of the UD?
No, Manoj.
We'll have to answer.
Yes, please, Manoj.
Second question to you, Mr. Sibal.
The second question.
Who is this assistant superintendent non-medical? Who is this person? Is this assistant superintendent a male or a
I believe it's a female, but I just make sure. Female.
Her conduct is also very, very doubtful. Why did she act in this manner?
Possible. That's number two.
It's all right. It's all right.
Kindly pardon me, this is the one copy, my lord, we have. I have marked on the side, flapping is on the right hand side, my lord. First page.
Well, I've got the entire sequence here. 42 is at 10:10 a.m.
Malad, I have if your lordship don't mind, Malad,
No, I've got your document. I'm looking at it from your document.
Yeah.
GD entry, it says 5:42, 10:10 a.m.
Yes.
It says received information over the telephone from RG MCH Police Outpost that a lady of PG trainee of so-and-so MCH was found lying in unconscious state at seminar room of chest medicine department of third floor of emergency building in half-naked condition. Accordingly informed so-and-so officer in charge and under his order, leaving PS with lady police and force for causing inquiry. This is at 10:10.
Just allow me to intervene.
Now, one second.
The doctors are saying unconscious, though she was already dead.
1 second.
You don't need to be a doctor to understand.
This is 542. Now, next is 576. Now, 576 is extremely important. The PM examination over, the dead body of the deceased, the board verbally opined that the death of the deceased was due to the effect of manual strangulation associated with smothering, ante-mortem, and homicidal in nature. Also verbally opined that medical evidence of forceful penetration stroke insertion in her genitalia, possibility of sexual assault. They say possibility. Accordingly, PO has been caught under proper guard. Also, several witnesses were examined and the statement was recorded, consulted CCTV footages in and around the vicinity of the PO. One thing, therefore, which is very clear is that the cordoning off and the preservation of the crime scene takes place after the post-mortem report is conducted. This is what the GD entry itself says. So, first, the PM takes place between 6 and 7 in the evening, after which they start cordoning off the crime scene. Now just go forward. Experts of SFL, WB, have visited the spot under their direct able guide. Incriminating articles and documents were received under videography in proper seizure list after observing all legal formalities. White seizure list dated 9th August. Dog squad also arrived on the spot. On the basis of the prayer of investigating agency, learned judicial magistrate conducted inquest over the dead body of the deceased under videography after observing all legal formalities. Accordingly, PM examination was conducted by the Board of Autopsy Surgeons consisting of 3 members under videography over the dead body of the deceased and declared her dead body on 9th August at about 12:44 hours. Meanwhile, so-and-so homicide, officers of homicide section, women grievance cell, scientific wing, so-and-so photography. It was learned that the door of the seminar room was in open condition. Then 576. On perusal, 1 blue-colored jeans, etc., found in incriminating articles were found on the mattress, beneath the mattress on the dais. Accordingly, some people were examined. They will not read out her name, which appears immediately thereafter. Accordingly, on duty RMO of so-and-so examined, found that one lady was lying on her back on a mattress kept on the wooden dais inside the said seminar room in unconscious and motionless condition. She was examined in presence of lady police personnel and found some injuries on her private parts and other parts of her body. Also found that she wore whatever. After return to PS under order of OC, and UD case has been registered. Vide Tala UD case number 9th August.
So this is now it is
now very clear
that it was 23:30 hours.
Page number 2. Just see page number.
No, but this is the case diary.
No,
it shows that the UD case is registered after he returns to the police station.
Okay.
Of the case diary.
These are their documents.
Yes, has given to us.
We'll part with you for 2 minutes.
And after return to the police station, the seized articles were kept in Malkhana, white MK number 52 of.
Before that, your lordship may see the last page of this.
Would my lord,
last but one.
May I pleading with your lordship? Look at
second last, my lord. After return to PS under order of.
Okay, that we have seen.
UD case has been registered. My lord, that is at 2030.
Make us understand this. The circle portion. What is this?
Malad, when he comes back, he records the entire incident and then Malad repeats that. But
oh, Mr. Sibal, sorry, we can't accept this explanation.
Page 2 in the diary itself, Malad, kindly have a look at page 2 if you don't mind, please.
So what is this? He has recorded minutes, the entire day's proceedings?
He has to, Malad.
Why has he mentioned this 32 hours, 30 hours?
He's come back at that time, Malad. At the police station at that time, Malad. He therefore recorded it. Malad, there's a lot of...
Okay. Now show us one document prior to 23:30 hours wherein we find this UD case number. So give it back to us, please.
Sorry, mother.
Of this compilation.
Diary, yes.
Page 2.
Yes, that's the second last page, mother. And there it is mentioned. Second last of the case diary.
It's
Page number
UD, not GD.
Case diary, page 2.
Will you have it in hard copy?
Yes, we give it to your lordship.
Let us see.
Let us give it to mine. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Application for the magistrate will happen in the afternoon. Which happens
That is
in
after,
the afternoon.
much after.
And you will see the diary number, mother, 861 of 24. 861 of 24.
Even the order of the magistrate.
Even the order of the magistrate thereafter, mother says.
Let them investigate. This has been inserted later in point of time.
No, page 4.
Yes, prima facie. Prima facie it appears.
Before, mother,
Prima facie it appears.
page 4, not
Let them look it. Let them look it.
Ask for the report from the ACGM.
Just give it back to us. I'll share it with my lord.
My request is
And my
ask for the
brother.
report.
Yes, my lord, and the
ACGM.
copy may be given to us, my lord. I do not know whether this copy we have or not.
The case diary.
That's okay, but
No,
give
no.
one more copy. What objection can you have?
Report of the ACGM can come, mother. Before the ACGM, the application was made. No.
My lord, this page may be given to us. They may have given. Let another copy be given.
There, your lordship, look at page 4 and ask for the report of the ACGM report.
No, I do not know what is shown. I must say.
Mullahs, kindly see page. Mullahs, I'm sorry, Mullahs, I give. No, Mullahs, it
No, the
can't be-
copy of print of this page may be given.
Just a minute.
That's a request.
Let's give it back. Only you have a look at it.
We just, yeah, I understand. Yes, I know. Now, Mullahs, your lordship's suspicion is right. Now we read page 8.
From where? In this?
Yes, here. That's the inquest report. Give it back. This is the judicial magistrate, Mullahs, who carry out the inquest. And see, Mullahs, UD case 861. Postmortem also mentioned. So, Mullahs, these can't be inserted. And this is signed by the magistrate.
They will have to look.
Let them, Mullahs. I also magistrate's, Mullahs, order itself reflects.
They'll have to look in.
My lord,
Yes,
I
please.
would, my lord, again request my learned friend to give me a copy of this. Even if it is given, let it be given afresh.
Soft copy.
We'll give you a
Please
copy.
have a
We have
printout
soft
and give
copy.
it.
So, Mullahs, magistrate's order, Mullahs, kindly see the magistrate's order. That's, Mullahs, also part of the CD. I just give it to your lordship. Just give it to my lord. No, I think...
The magistrate's order is not part of the case diary.
1 second, it's not, but I'm just saying.
Yes.
It's not so. Kindly have a look, Mullahs. The magistrate's order itself. My lord, Justice Padiwala, please, Mullahs, I'm sorry. This is the magistrate's order. And it mentions the case number.
Docs are not with
It's not given to us.
They
It's
are.
not a part of case diary. That's the simple answer.
Mullahs, they are and they are not producing them. They are. And I'm sorry to say, Mullahs,
Yes.
because an impression is being created, Mullahs, that contrary to the record.
Ma'am,
He has a.
come to page 8 of your Roman 14. I'm sorry, Roman 17. Last 3 lines. Is this still pending?
Romans 17, top.
Yes. Last 3 lines. Is this still pending? Or the High Court has passed the necessary order and you have completed it? Still pending.
Is to be continued.
Oh.
Has the court passed it?
What?
Taking permission of the court, my lord, because that needs permission.
Yeah.
We are awaiting the permission of the court, my lord, because that needs permission.
Then you should pursue it at the earliest.
We are
There's something else we wish to point out, Mullahs. We're just checking something which will demonstrate, Mullahs. Yeah. Right, bring something else to your lordship's attention. Your lordships will allow me, Mullahs. May I just bring something else to your lordship's attention? That the seizure list at page 25 also has UD case 861. Postmortem has, seizure list has,
861.
page 25 case diary. Inquest has everything. All documents have that.
Postmortem seizure,
Page 25 seizure list.
PDF 157 of the.
This is at 8:30. Yeah, this is at 8:30. Your lordship notices always before 11. So how can anybody, Mullahs, even contend? Yeah.
Request is at,
I'll substantiate that.
request is at 440.
And the inquest is at 4:40, Mullahs.
Also mentions
And the original CD has also been given to them, Mullahs. It's a bit unfair too. And the original CD was handed over to the CBI in the High Court, Mullahs, as soon as the transfer order came, Mullahs. Yes. Yeah, 1 o'clock after the postmortem.
But only for a second. Just to remove this confusion, my lord, how this time comes.
Yeah. We've already shown documents before that. Mullahs, the original CD will contain everything.
I think they have registered GD. What is GD?
the diary entry.
Procedural for the UD case.
It only a sorry, my lord. Just to create this, my lord.
See in the case diary, we form the, we can form a view on what The movement of the police officers was who went, what time the body was first noticed, what time the body is brought, what time the inquest takes place,
Correct.
post-mortem, and then finally the FIR at 11:30 in the night.
No, even this UD case has 11 to 30. That's what I want to
No,
show.
no, that's not correct.
See the UD case.
Can your lordships just see this?
577 is recorded at 10:10.
Can your lordships just have a look at?
Yes.
Can your lordships have a
Because
look
they
at?
have this information in the CD. They have this
Mr.
information.
Sibal, please allow me now.
Mr. Sibal,
Please allow me.
allow me what? You should have shown the CD, given the CD.
Lord, I don't
The
need to
original
fight,
should have
my
been
lord.
given in court.
In fact, this also matches with the FIR.
Lord,
FIR
there is a
says,
confusion. My lord, please allow me.
Received date 9th August 24, time 10:10 hours.
My lord, if your
DD
lordship
number
gives me 2 minutes, my lord.
Exactly.
My lord, I may be right, I may be wrong. Give me 2 minutes. Your lordships have, my lord, this 10, my lord.
Yes, yes.
This is GDE, called General Diary Entry.
Right. At the
Correct.
police station.
At the first floor, yes, at the police. Please, my lord, thereafter come to this. My lord, your lordship, I do not know the number of the compilation, but it is page 47 on the top.
Yes, 47 we got.
Correct?
It is the same.
Your lordship, please, Mr. Sibal.
Yes, continue.
There is
sir.
always a courtesy to
Yes,
each
yes,
other.
sir.
Lord,
Exactly.
this is 576, 2330. Correct, my lord? Now read this, my lord. In reference to Tala PS General Diary Entry number 542 of date, return to PS with so-and-so, so-and-so. Please ignore it and come to the next page. After return to PS under order of office something, an UD case has been registered with a Tala PS number so-and-so 861. So this UD case is registered, my lord. Earlier was GD entry. This is UD case at 2330 and at 2345 FIR.
See page 40, it just shows Malad.
That's, my lord, how the chronology we have, my lord, presented.
Muddy the waters. It's all muddy the waters. That's what you're doing.
Just see 42. Just see 42.
40.
GD number 542 dated 10:10. Received information over the telephone from Agikor Medical College Hospital Police Outpost that a lady of PG trainee of so-and-so was
So-and-so was found lying in unconscious state at so-and-so medicine department of 3rd floor of emergency building in so-and-so, according to informed sector 92 OC and under his order, leading PS with lady police. So this is, my lord, general diary entry. What is?
That is what DD is. That's
Lord,
what-
somebody has lost the
That's
life.
according to the
Don't
rules.
at least laugh.
One second. According to
at
the
least
rules
laugh.
Maharaj, that we follow,
A girl has
these
lost
regulations
her
we've
life
done in accordance.
in a most inhuman
That's
and
not-
undignified manner.
Maharaj, these are the rules, and we have followed to the T the rules
Yes,
of the
I will show that
of
what rules are.
unnatural death end.
My lord, the-
Personal diary. Thereafter, the police proceeds to the spot with the case diaries.
Correct.
Case general diary is kept at the police.
Which
Case
is
diary
registered.
is carried to the spot.
Yes.
Now the relevant part would be
Yes.
this part, which is a inquest report.
Yes,
This shows that the information regarding unnatural death was received and registered as case number 861 on 9/8/2024 at 10:10 hours.
That's correct.
yes.
And this extract is the general diary which the police complete
We will
after
examine
the
this
day is
aspect
over.
and come back to you.
It carries various steps that have been carried out during the course of the day.
That's right.
So that is what
I can assure my learned friend, this is not an attempt to muddy the water, to remove the mud from the
Mud
water,
it.
because we are dealing with a delicate situation. Somebody's dignity is
Oh,
lost.
come on, we all know that. It's a tragic incident, it's barbaric, and we are on the same side.
Your side
But
was
let's
laughing.
not muddy the waters on
really unfortunate.
The only one point we also see is that the UD, I'll read out the relevant part. This is at page 74. According, PO has been cordoned under proper guard. Also, several witnesses were examined and their statements were recorded. Consulted CCTV footages in and around the vicinity of the PO. After post-mortem and inquest, the dead body of the deceased has been handed over to her mother, so-and-so. After return to the police station, under order of officer in charge, so-and-so, and UD case has been registered by Tala PS UD case number 861, dated 9 August 2024. All concerned, including superiors, were informed. After return to the police station, the seized articles were kept in PS Malkhana by Malkhana number 52 in the presence of ASI and constable so-and-so. Now, and officer in charge was informed. So it appears that initial report of an unnatural death was received and which was recorded in the GD at
So not unnatural death, unconscious body. The doctors are informing the police that there is an unconscious body.
Lying in unconscious state. That is
Not a you don't have to be a doctor to know that it's not unconscious body, it's a
that is
dead
at
body.
10 a.m.
Yes.
GD 542.
This is from the outpost, Malaj.
Right. The unnatural death is recorded by entry 861 after they return to the police station at night.
That is how we have seen.
And 11:30 in the night, the FIR is registered. In the meantime, the body has been handed over to the mother for the purpose of...
And that too, the father insists for registration of the FIR.
Yes, absolutely.
The hospital does not register the FIR. Father has insisted and registered the FIR.
The father told us, you wait till I tell you. Then only register. I will give a written complaint. That's what happened. At least tell us what's been happening in the investigation in trying to say that this happened at 11:45.
The family is here, man.
One clarification which we...
Certainly, Malaj.
If the report of the police indicates that after return to the police, GD 861 was recorded. In the meantime, the dead body had been handed over to the mother for cremation. If this does not square up with the fact that the inquest refers to GD 861. Inquest takes place. I have the inquest of the judicial magistrate.
Right.
Judicial magistrate says I conducted the inquest at 4:20 p.m. on the 9th of August.
Correct.
That inquest report refers to GD 861.
Yes.
Now, if the police say that the GD 861 was recorded on return to the police station just before the FIR is recorded,
Yeah.
how is it that an inquest at 4:20 refers to 861?
Lord, I do not know how it will done.
Just recording.
It says UD 1861,
Not an expression, Malaj. It's just recording.
It says UD 861.
Ask the ACJM, Malaj. Ask the ACJM. He was there. Ask the ACJM, Malaj. Everything is on record. The memo says 861. Postmortem says 861. And Malaj, the real thing is the investigation. Why are we moving away? What has happened in the investigation?
My lord, my friends may share the timelines with...
Do you have the postmortem report? Yes. Just pass it on.
I'm sorry, Malaj.
Postmortem.
Lord, the state says father did not permit registration of FIR. The father's counsel is
Page 13, Malaj. Page 13 of the case diary.
So there's wait for the father.
Page 13 of the case diary.
In this PM note, is there a reference of 861 some document? Where? Yes. Okay.
Right on top.
Right on top.
Yes.
It's there. UD case number.
Here's then that at the time when the PMR was when the postmortem was conducted, UD 861 had already been there.
That's right. There's no doubt about it.
The inquest
Well,
number is also
people are using some language, some expressions. Bengali speaking people are using some expressions in English.
No, there is no Bengali.
The record will show.
No, why does the IO then say that after I returned to the police station in the night, I recorded...
Because he has to record what has happened all this while. That's the point.
He is recording minutes of the meeting, my lord.
But the investigation...
The point is, we are more concerned about the investigation, what has happened in the last 1 week. At least tell the court that.
He's right. They were more concerned about the investigation, which is emerging.
Lordship, the PMR talks about 151 mg of semen. It is never in mg.
No, it is
in ml.
It is in...
So please, come on. This is the problem
we are at the very incipient stage, but don't confuse this.
Yeah.
Don't use social media to make arguments in the court.
I'm grateful, Manoj, for that. I'm grateful.
We have specifically now the PMR before us, and we know what that 151 refers to.
Yes.
Let's not use what we read on social media and then make legal arguments on that basis.
Malaj, 1 second. Now, Malaj, your lordships asked me that you will give me a chance, Malaj, after this is over. I have a very serious issue at hand, Malaj, and I want to hand over an affidavit to you. Just please give it. And I'll hand over that affidavit also to the solicitor, but only to him. Malaj, just give it. Just go through this affidavit.
You're only giving...
Only to him.
Yes,
Well, just read through this. See what's going to happen. Para 5 onwards, page 2, Malaj. These are collateral events, Malaj. They are bound to happen.
And this is again on social media, Malaj, something on...
No, not social media. We've got the original.
Malaj, state filing an affidavit based on social media.
Just let the court please read it. Then para 8 is also important.
Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, check.
This reading. No, Malad, this is.
There are
Hold on. Allow me.
Let's not go into it.
1 second. Malad, this is exceptionally serious because they've planned it for 27th. Now, Malad, if any protest is to be done, they must tell us which route. They must tell us what.
Tell us. You tell yourself.
Malad,
I mean,
normal
police will have to
procedure
come to
must
know
be
about
followed.
it.
Must be followed. And Mullahs, what they do is they carry flags. Mullahs, they take off the flag, it becomes a stick. And there's an SOP, there is a standard operating procedure which has to be followed, Mullahs. Because what will happen, Mullahs, as your lordship sees, Mullahs, the whole purpose is now it's collateral events that are happening. It's unrelated to what, Mullahs, the real issue is. And we've got photographs.
I support
onwards,
Mr.
we've got
Sibal,
photographs
vandalism
of what
should be
really happened.
permitted by the
There's
police.
all this running away from the police. We have actually got photographs. This is all completely wrong. The status
Doctors
report
are
is given.
saying, Malad,
So
we are
I
not.
will want your lordships to go through that status report and pass an order that this can't be done, Malad, and there must be a standard operating procedure which has to be followed.
We'd like to see, we'll come back after lunch. We just want to see your status.
Yes, Malad. Obliged. I'm deeply
Lord,
obliged.
Lord, may I just
Deeply obliged.
say,
Come back and see yours because we've
Lord-
examined CBI's status.
Yes, now your
We are
lordship
charged
makes
to
that.
examine.
Lord, may I just say to my friends, CISF is still not there. No, it's not there. I've got photographs of today morning. I have photographs.
Just take instructions. That's
Lord,
CISF
I
arrived at
received
this
an intimation to decide where to post whom. Lord, one thing is to be decided. Kolkata police says that the security should be in the hospital, but we feel that it should be more in the hostel because
So, Subal, we might be just late by 10 minutes or so.
No problem.
We get 15, so you all of you
Deeply
also
obliged. Deeply obliged.
Grateful, Lord.
So, we'll come back at
Right.
Original case diary, Malad, sir.
Shy.
I'm not shy.
Whatever statement they want to make, let them appear here before us and they'll make a statement.
We filed the
Sorry,
FIR.
in the morning, a similar request was made.
We have not allowed that to
Honorable
anybody.
Chief Justice has declined. So no exception for you. Ask them to remain present.
Deeply obliged. Matter of the twins, where Kara was to respond. Adoptions have already taken place and Kara was to give the NOC. So 16th, your lordship headed for 26th. Kara has not responded.
It's on board today. If it doesn't reach today, because of this, we'll take it up early. Otherwise, we'll take it early next week if you want.
No, I'll
We
wait.
can take it up on Tuesday.
Whatever your lordship.
We'll take it up on Wednesday. We can take it up. Let the aunt has adopted both.
I float the order to the UK. They say you get a non-convention adoption. Kara has to give a non-convention adoption order.
Okay, that's fair enough. But we'll take it up on Wednesday. So that we'll Tuesday. Oh yeah, we have a CB on Wednesday. So Tuesday we'll take it up.
Tuesday.
Malad, may I make a small? No, it's okay.
Yes.
May I make a small request, Malad? Would my lords allow us to airdrop the material?
All right.
Yes, a soft copy, airdrop, soft copy of this. It's much clearer, Malad, than that. That's all. Please airdrop it. And in the meantime, just Malad, so that some misgivings, Malad, may be clear.
There are official records possible to be shared. Please share.
No, it's a status report, no? This you can share.
Regulations.
Yeah, Malad, I just wanted to mention to your lordships through a notification issued in the Gazette in 2018, Malad, by an order of the Commissioner of Police, we are required to follow these guidelines, which are set out, unnatural deaths and injury. And we have followed these guidelines to the T. So it's not something that we have departed, Malad, from the standard procedure. It's the regulation of 68, Malad. Immediately on receipt of information of a death occurring in any of the circumstances, first information report shall be drawn up in West Bengal form such and such. The information shall be recorded in the same manner as a first information of a cognizable crime. That's how the unnatural death is, Malad, registered. And it shall be put up for subdivisional who shall record his orders. And then it goes on, Malad. So we follow this to the T.
Except that this doesn't justify registration of your FIR at 11:30 at night. When
Everything started earlier. All the investigation was done.
Body was recovered soon after 9:30.
But Malad, all the investigation was done in accordance with law, Malad. There's no as far as delay in the investigation. The procedure is the same, Malad. We have not, Malad.
Procedure and other things is a separate issue, but the point really
I
does
understand.
remain that what is the reason? I mean, now we've already highlighted that. We needn't go over it all over again. What is the reason why the FIR is lodged almost 14 hours after the discovery of
Because we asked the parents, he says, we'll give a formal complaint, Malad. That's all on the record.
Second, further investigation is also required.
One counsel is here.
Please, if you don't mind.
Parents counsel.
Sir,
He is waving his hands.
1 second, if you don't
He is
mind.
waving his hands.
Second, most important. What is
No,
the
it's
role
not
of
an
the
issue
principal?
that the parents would have requested them
What
to
is the
delay
principal?
the
Why
FIR.
is principal of the college? He should have come straight away to the college and directed the filing of the FIR. Who was he in touch with? what were his connections?
That's for
with
him,
that?
Malad, to decide why he didn't do it. Malad, I'm just telling your lordship that as far as we are concerned, we follow this procedure, be that as it may, Malad. Now,
the moment he tenders a resignation, he's appointed as a principal of another college.
we'll respond to that separately, Malad.
What is the purpose? I mean,
Yes,
there's
I appreciate that part of it, Malad.
a lot of
We appreciate that part of
He's still investigated by the
now, of course, Malad, each of us, Malad, who are appearing for the state have now got Swiss bank accounts which are doing the rounds, Malad, because we are appearing for the state. That's all that's happening now, Malad, outside. And we are, instead of...
Initially, that Swiss bank account came, Malad, from your client, present client.
Anyways, we don't have to really go into all this. We have to...
Let's not what we will again, you know, instead of concentrating on the investigation, you're concentrating on the state of West Bengal.
CBI submitted its status report to us of the investigation. You have also submitted a status report of the investigation. We will have a look at your report. We'll take it on the record. Let the investigation continue. There are two different things. CBI in respect of the actual death, and insofar as you are concerned, the vandalization which takes place the day after. So
and the future protest, Malad, your lordships have to protect us for that. That future protest.
Protest?
How can
protecting the state?
How can we protect the state?
No, your lordships may Malad, so the standard operating procedure must follow. We will designate an area they can hold the protest. They can go there.
So why do we have to do all that? Your district magistrate...
Yeah, your lordships will only say, Malad, because your lordships have said no peaceful protests should be interfered with, Malad. Now, if they don't follow the standard operating procedure, don't tell us what the leader is. Malad, what will happen is what your lordships have seen.
We have not for a moment said that the requisite provision of law should not be complied.
That's right. That should be clarified. That's all.
The only thing is that what we meant was that stop arresting people who are...
Yes, absolutely. Your lordship may just clarify that.
And what's an additional small clarification?
We have never said that irrespective of the normal procedures for conducting protests.
Being done, Malad. That's why I saw those audio clips, Malad.
Right now we will just say this. A status report has been submitted by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Likewise, a status report has been submitted on behalf of the police of the state of...
Kolkata Police.
By the
Kolkata Police.
By the Kolkata Police. On behalf of the Kolkata Police. Stop. As already noted earlier, the investigation to the circumstances relating to the death of the postgraduate student at RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital is being conducted by the CBI. Full stop. The Kolkata Police is looking into the investigation following the vandalization of the hospital after the protests of the after the protests at the site.
No, it was vandalism, not protest.
After the protests at the site.
Yes. Vandalism after the protest. Yes.
Next, from the material which has been produced before the court, it appears that a request for conducting the polygraph test has been submitted. Test of the accused has been submitted to the ACJM Sialda, which is stated to be under process. The ACJM Sialda shall pass orders on the application no later than by 5 p.m. on 23 August 2024. Full stop. During the course of the hearing, a number of counsel have appeared on behalf of diverse stakeholders, including the associations representing the resident doctors. Full stop.
Other doctors.
Resident doctors and other doctors. Full stop. Among others. Full stop. The counsel who have intervene in these proceedings, together with the parties for whom they have intervened, are set out below. ये पूरा statement ले लीजिए. In the previous order of this court, while constituting a national task force, this court had specifically clarified that the NTF should engage with diverse stakeholders. Full stop. Consequently, we hope and trust that the NTF shall hear the representatives of diverse stakeholders, so as to enable it to have input from all those who are likely to be affected by the process which has been initiated by this court, and who have a vital stake in maintaining safety and well-being of the doctors and other medical professionals in their workplaces.
1 second, I have to say something.
In their workplace.
Give it.
We have not said no. We have said all stakeholders. During the course, during the course, have placed some additional suggestions which may be taken into account by the committee, including (1) the installation of distress call system, the institutionalization of distress call system, Bracket 2, regulation of duty hour. 3, the lodgement of, and 3, the constitution of a compensation distress fund. Next, the above suggestion would, be considered by the National Task Force, whose remit has been couched in broad terms by this court. But stop. It is undoubted that the views of diverse stakeholders would be taken into account by the task force before its final recommendations are made. Full stop. To facilitate the filing of suggestion before the National Task Force, we direct the Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Union Government to open a specific portal on the website of the Ministry, on which association, or as the case may be, different stakeholders can submit their suggestions for consideration before the committee. Full stop. Mr. Kapil Sibal, Learned Counsel appearing on behalf of the State of West Bengal, the Kolkata Police, submits that this court may clarify, submits that while this court has permitted peaceful protest, the order should not be misconstrued to mean that the authorities are precluded from exercising the regulatory power in accordance with law. This court has not injuncted the state from exercising such lawful powers as are entrusted in terms of the law. However, we categorically reaffirm that peaceful protests shall not be disturbed, nor shall peaceful protest shall not be disturbed or disrupt, and the state shall not take any action against those who are protesting against who are peacefully protesting.
That's correct.
Against the incident which took place at Adv Medical College.
Let's maybe one more.
Hold on. Allow me. Whether your lordships may take my affidavit on record. Take on record. And there's two things. We have filed the status report, but the pen drive is not being taken, which has the videos. That pen drive may be taken on record.
My lords, with regard,
they are in extras. One second.
Should we keep it after a week for the next status report to be filed before us? Because we just like to.
That's fine, But the pen drive may be taken because they are the annexures, Yes, deeply obliged.
My lords,
just
with regard,
the pen drive.
Karuna, this is...
And also, let me finish.
We'll finish the test.
Well, let me just finish this. My timeline was on the events.
Only one request I have to make.
1 second, hold on. Please, let me make my...
Yeah, of course.
The timeline, what master just take that.
So, the request is this. Is this, my lord.
In view of the fact that this court has take measures to ensure the institutionalization of the concerns of the medical profession in terms of the previous order dated so and so. It is only to be expected that the doctors would now return to work. Full stop. Pending the submission of the report to the National Task Force, all state governments and union territories shall ensure that wherever the need arises in terms of the exigencies of work, the state shall be alert to any apprehended violation of a breach of apprehension violations or breach of safety in medical establishments within that.
My lords, with backlash, we can be protected against.
Timeline of events as they happen.
Lord, can the timeline at least be shared with us?
Give a copy to the...
Yes.
This can never be secret.
What? Nothing. Of course not. Nothing.
Also give your status report. Yeah. Well, that can be shared with the CBS.
Of course, it can be.
Investigation is pending, How can the status report be? That cannot.
But one aspect may be considered.
Yes, his status report is not shared.
The CISF has been deployed at the Solicitor General states that in compliance with the orders of this court, the CISF has been deployed at RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital so as to ensure the safety of
just one small submission.
All other medical professions.
My lords had said in the morning an additional line, my lords, with regarding our doctors from backlash. They will of course rejoin. But my lords, and they have never suspended emergency services. But my lords, there is a concern, already a backlash.
There's no question of only doing emergency services. In a place like, say, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, people take appointments 2 years in advance. If doctors are not available on duty for a day, that means that person loses a slot which was booked 2 years in advance.
Absolutely, my lords. And during lunch, we spoke to our doctors, and this is what has been said, and this is what has absolutely been agreed. My lords, just the backlash, though. There is the health department and the medical council, we are being told that the action is being taken against our doctors. These are under control of the West Bengal government who are protesting, the protesting doctors. In addition, private and public harassment is happening from the police.
Next week,
Yes, my lords.
Once the doctors get back to work,
Yes.
please come back to us and tell me.
Lordships, may I just point out,
Come back.
Lordships, there is an
Can you
order.
record this in the order?
An apprehension has been expressed on behalf of the doctor, stating that they are likely to be, or some of them are already being proceeded against.
To interrupt, in Delhi, there is FIR registered against us.
Right. For the protests which took place in the past. Full stop. We are expecting compliance with the assurance which is now given to the court that the doctors would join normal duty. Full stop. In the meantime, if any adverse action has been taken against any protesting doctor for protests which have been carried out prior to the date of this order, no coercive steps shall be taken on the basis of any action.
Lordships, there is an order of a college in Ujjain where my learned
But nothing hereafter, because now after this order, everybody must
Yes,
doctors have been told not go on a token strike. My learned friend wants.
I just received a.
I'll tell you one thing. Get back to work now. If any doctor is proceeded against for a protest which took place in the past, we have already said no coercive action taken.
This is for the future, actually. We are saying that we cannot go for the token protest as well.
But future now you must come back to duty.
The problem is that if we
judges that will stand outside the Supreme Court, no.
Yes,
because justice and medicine can't go on strike.
Yes.
Everybody has to come back.
to the proper measure, it should be done.
Lordship,
And that's for the contempt.
Just
another aspect.
one second.
Look, first, establish before us next time that everybody has come back to work. Once we are satisfied that everybody has come back to work, please rest assured we'll make sure that no adverse act taken. What happened at the past.
The other thing is, your lordships have taken now the status report on record and a separate affidavit on record. Now, Mullahs, the only thing is, and this is a request from everybody, that Mullahs, normalcy should try and be, Mullahs, the people should not take advantage of the situation. Normalcy should return, Mullahs, and we are investigating in their hands now. Responsible is in their hands now, the investigation.
Vandalism is stopped, everything
These kind
will
of
be normal.
statements.
Therefore, we have requested the doctors to come back to work.
Yeah. No statements, Mullahs, that are being made of the
going
nature.
on. The investigation is going on. We are assessing the status reports which are being filed in the course of the investigation. I think now for the family, there's no question of normalcy because the family is deeply affected.
Correct.
But insofar as the community is concerned, including the community of doctors, we have to return back to our duty.
And the statements and the statements made of the nature that we have placed before you.
I appear for the doctors'
Only a minute,
of...
Malad, let this not. We are not against, Malad, and nobody should make any statement.
That's correct.
We have a statement of a sitting minister of the state of West Bengal saying that, no, not all, that's something very serious, that if anybody talks anything against our leader, his fingers will be chopped.
Well, then I will read the leader of the opposition statement.
Go into it. Nobody should speak.
Bullets will be fired. Bullets will be fired is what he said.
What we would also expect, please don't politicize
Exactly.
So Bindu has said bullets will be fired.
across the political spectrum.
Yes.
Parties have to realize, don't politicize.
That's
Exactly.
The law will take its course. The law will take its course, and we are ensuring that the law does take its course after a quick and efficient investigation. Second, we are also concerned about the welfare and safety of doctors for the future. We want to institutionalize this.
That's right.
Yes.
We are not just going to lay down guidelines. We are going to pass an enforceable directive that the recommendations of the task force will be implemented by the state government, by hospitals under the authority of the union government.
Lordship, there is
By
a civility of...
I prevented a political dialogue by giving this instance.
Mine is not for just 10 seconds. We are grateful. I appear for the Resident Doctors Association of AIIMS Delhi. We are grateful, Lordship's taken so much. What has happened is, we have taken a peaceful protest. If I registered, I get the General Secretary of the association. Now, as it is, emotions are running high. The office bearers are sensible. They are trying their best to convince the large body to get back to work. Now, these kind of FIRs, etc., sets back the process. Just tell them to hold their hands. Delhi police.
Why don't you do it? Ask the doctors at AIIMS Delhi also to get back to work. Insofar as the FIR and other things are concerned, we are seized of it. When we are seized of it, nothing is going to happen.
We registered yesterday, my Lord. General Secretary accused
now
in the
tell us
FIR.
one thing. Since when have you been abstaining from duties? Tell us how long.
From the time the incident, for the last 7 days, 7 days.
So the incident took place on the right. Today we are now on the 22nd. Imagine 13 days doctors from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences don't go to work.
Absolutely. As an officer of the court, as lawyers, we've been talking to them after your lordship's taken so much cognizance. We've told them.
It does not mean indiscipline.
I understand, but these FIRs aggravates me. Lordship understands the 1,500 doctors, office bearers are sensible. They are trying.
Tell the doctors that once they get back to work, we put it to the director director. The director is a member of our task force.
Yes, my lord.
We put to the director that all right, and we tell the police who are here before us. Nobody wants to pursue the doctors.
Yes, that's
right.
But what happens is
they have to get back to work. That's
let them just hold their hands. Till the lordship is FIR registered for a peaceful protest, and after the last order, my lord.
But therefore, we have just said that no coercive steps will be taken. That we have already protected the doctors.
Yes,
but
I understand.
now if they don't get back to work.
I understand. I completely will convey the sentiment.
May I just say, your lordships?
One submission, Lord.
Nobody should say acid bombs will be used, this should be done, bullets should be fired. It's all wrong, Malad.
Well, God knows you have these kind of elements everywhere on all sides of the spectrum. Now tell us, we don't know who has said that.
We have got the clips.
You have given that to us, but
yes,
what is the idea?
and the leader of the opposition has done this.
I am also getting, my lord, many things.
Quay home, there's a protective order. We can't lodge an FIR.
Responsible way of not placing it before the court.
Therefore,
it is to be ignored.
That when we said that peaceful protesters will not be disturbed, that is equally subject to compliance with the other requirements. Intimation to the district magistrate.
Lordship, may I say one thing, Lordship? Lordship, because of two investigating agencies are investigating, the vandalism is being investigated by the police and other side is investigated by the CBI. Lordship, there is an apprehension that conflict will be there. Lordship, because vandalism...
Don't worry about it. We are here to resolve any conflict.
What is here on the next day?
That's a thing, Lordship, because...
It is insult. Stop.
We've already passed that order.
It is alleged.
It is one.
One more thing. If you stop filing all those publicity interest litigations that I come every day before this court, I think the media trial will stop. Constantly filing some PIL or the other before us. All right, we'll see.
May I just finally say that this hearing has provided a healing touch to the doctors. The doctors who felt they had nobody vent their grievance with. Your lordships have heard it so patient, and there's a sense of satisfaction among the doctors that they felt that they now feel that they've finally been heard. So we would just like to thank your lordships.
We thank
Saprajita, we have also said that today that the doctors will be heard by the committee. So
yes,
I must tell you, Lord, I must tell you, Lordship, Lord, when
my lords,
Mr. Karan,
your lordship,
Lord, when the Secretary Health, Director General of Health Services came, they also shared this concern. With that, doctors are exposed to patients and patients' relatives, and their temper is also going high because doctors have their own duties, their own compulsions. The patients would expect something. So there is always a friction kind of a situation. So doctors are kind of more vulnerable. But this has really given a healing touch and an assurance coming from the highest court of the highest court of the nation is looking after their.
We have the original.
Lord, another, my lord, the status report may be sealed again, my lord, and retain in your lordship.
Status report to be
same for us.
CBI state.
And same for, yes, officer.
That's right.
Your lordship, there is one suggestion, last suggestion.
Same for us, they've seen this.
Mandatory filing of institutional FIR by the institution within 2 hours of the cognizance of the office.
For the last 6
yes, your
minutes, you
lordship.
are making that point.
Yes, your lordship. That's
we'll issue directions even on
Your Honor, deeply obliged.
Well, this is one submission which is important at this stage, my lords, which was, I'll just take 20 seconds. Well, I'm appearing for the National Federation of Resident Doctors of AIIMS and the Federation of All India Medical Association. Well, they have got letters from different resident doctor associations, have written letters to them that we are ready to join. However, if some degree of interim protection, some basic degree of interim protection by the time the recommendation of the NTF has been implemented, which includes only the CCTV footage at the entrance and the exit of the, and also a distress call facility. They are requesting for this interim protection, my lords, because they are petrified after this horrific incident which has happened. And
well, the government has already implemented this. West Bengal has already implemented. 2 days back, we've implemented it as far as West Bengal is.
In fact,
Mr. Solicitor, what we do is this. Apropos what the submission which has come, can you ask the ministry to engage with the state health department in the next week before we take up the matter, and we'll issue some directions on what in the meantime, what are the steps which the state governments can take in the meantime pending the report of the...
What I would suggest, apropos what is in furtherance, the health secretary can have a meeting with the chief secretary and the director general of police instead of health secretary of the state, and convey that you take care of this apprehension. This apprehension appears to be justifiable apprehension, because law and order would be a state subject. We can only accelerate or we can assist.
During the course of the hearing, counsel representing several resident doctors associations have indicated to the court that they are that the doctors are willing to go back to work without any condition. However, it has been submitted that, don't say without any condition, are willing to go back to work and their duties. However, it has been submitted that the state government may take a considered view on putting into place at least some safety measures to assuage the concerns of the doctors. Full stop. In order to enable this exercise, full stop, we consider the suggestion to be fair. Full stop. In order to facilitate this, we direct that the Secretary and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Union Government shall engage with the Chief Secretary and the Directors General of Police so as to ensure that the state government duties put into place certain basic minimum requirements pending the receipt of the report of the task force to assuage the concerns of the doctors over their safety at the work.
With your Lordship permission.
The exercise of holding a meeting should be completed within a period of 1 week so that the state governments may take remedial and appropriate action given the exigencies of the situation within a period of 2 weeks thereafter.
In fact, we have made that order on 9.
With your Lordship permission.
We'll share it with them. We made that order to protect.
With your Lordship permission, I just would like to add that in some of the hospitals and in private hospitals too, there is not adequate security staff. And even the security staff
will have to employ.
May I just submit one thing?
I'll tell you one thing.
Please.
When you talk of private hospitals, if you go to a place
No, Your Lordship, I'm just...
From nursing homes,
Your Lordship,
large hospitals, you have them across the spectrum.
Your Lordship, I'm
We
just...
start telling the government to provide security at every nurse home.
Amount of money they charge.
Your Lordship,
Employ
Your Lordship,
ordinary citizens will have no security.
employ Your Lordship, they are not having...
And public hospitals stand on a different...
Your Lordship, I just submit one thing.
Large falls, the large number of doctors, sprawling workspaces.
Your Lordship, my submission is not that.
Some help, but use the
I'm
some
just
important
Your Lordship,
it may.
that in some of the hospital, Your Lordship, there is not adequate security, and security staff which they deploy, they don't make proper verification. They just employ anybody, and then
Ma'am,
that
it
is
will be very difficult for this court to monitor such at a minute level.
Therefore, we have a body of expert doctors who will tell us what to do, about the public hospitals, about the smaller hospitals. Now, obviously, the burden can't be shared for both equally by the state. The state has an obligation insofar as public hospitals are concerned. Insofar as private hospitals are concerned, some alternate mechanisms can be put into place. That's why we had a suggestion of distress call mechanism, so that you have an immediate access to a lawful authority should there be any problem or which is apprehended. So these are particularly things, therefore, the committee which we have has drawn from private hospitals and from the public sector. The idea is therefore to allow them to evolve something which is practicable. Us merely issuing a general direction will not make any, you have to have resources, you have to have manpower. So let's therefore wait for the report of the task force and then we can see how to best implement it. But we are not going to merely lay down be content with guidelines. We are then thereafter going to take up the report and then issue certain direction.
With regard to the SIT notification that I had handed over, we will place documents on record demonstrating which we have obtained through RTIs and then seek directions on the 5th. Grateful.
But one more aspect, my lord, which is brought to my notice by one young lawyer, my lord, representing someone. I'll not, my lord, right now divulge the identity of the person, but he seems to have filed. Lord, I have received, my lord, the director has received, and today the learned advocate gave me a copy. Just, my lord, the part which I have marked. I would not have troubled your lordships with this, but for the fact that the person who has, my lord, brought this has filed this complaint in 2023. So it can't be discarded, my lord, as something afterthought or some out of some personal...
Give us a copy, please.
And the next page also.
Can I have a copy? It's a formal complaint. It will be public record.
No.
Right.
The complaint was made in 23. That's what he said. No, this is given to the director yesterday, but he mentions that the complaint which is mentioned there, the allegation, were made by him. Can we see, my lord, annexure B? He made these allegations in 2023 in writing, addressed to many people, many officials. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Sibyl, there's one aspect which is extremely disturbing. GD entry in regard to the unnatural death is recorded at 10:10 in the morning.
That's correct.
Right? So at 10:10, the police station, in this case, the Tala PS is informed at 10:10 that there's an unnatural death. Notwithstanding all this, the securing of the crime scene and the seizure and everything takes place at 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the night?
No. Malad, that's why I've got timelines. Malad, this is a bit unfortunate. I'll just give you the timeline. Exactly.
What are you doing up to there?
But kindly, I've given minute by minute what happened, Malad. We have a timeline prepared for your lordships, Malad. And it's backed by videography. It's not, Malad, something that we are saying.
Lord, can I be shared with the timeline?
Yes, we'll share it. I wish you had asked, shared what you passed on to the.
We don't have to ask.
Doesn't
You have
matter.
to give it to CBI.
Doesn't
We
matter.
were on
I
the
don't have
ground.
to request.
My lords, could we
You are bound to give
You should have
everything
given
to
it
the
yourself.
CBI. You have not given.
You should have given it yourself.
Lord, I believe.
Lord,